So Swami Dayanand Saraswati is the founder of, in the Arya Samaj premises, I am asking Swami Dayanand Saraswati is the founder of, and I get very muted responses. He is the founder of? He is the founder of Arya Samaj. And what is special about this year? You are not allowed to answer this question. What is what is special about this year? So this year, actually you shouldn't also be allowed, but that's fine, give you the credit. So she was there at the 200-year celebration, which is why I am saying she is not allowed to answer this question. This year is the beginning of the 200-year celebration of the birth of Swami Dayanand Saraswati. And next year would be the initiation of 150 years of the foundation of Samaj. So therefore, the topic today that I have is, what has Swami Dayanand left for us behind him, that we are celebrating the 200 years of his birth? We don't celebrate everyone's birthday, right? Do we celebrate 50 years of the, or 150 years of the birth of our grandfather? We wouldn't even know which date does it fall in, right? But we are remembering him. Does it make an impact to him by celebrating 200 years? If we celebrate 200 years, does it impact him? Why? Why are you so muted? He has already left the world. The moment he has left the world, whatever that we are doing, in no way is it going to impact him. So, are we celebrating 200 years for him? Are we celebrating 200 years for him? He will feel very happy wherever he is. Huh? No. So for whom are we celebrating 200 years? For us. Why are we celebrating it for us? What are we benefiting? What are we benefiting by celebrating 200 years? What will we remember? What will we benefit by remembering him? The legacy that he has left behind, is that still relevant today or not? And typically the legacy of all the great men, no matter which age they were born in, continues to be relevant because the message that they carried, one way or the other, that message is always and always relevant. That's true for all the great men. If someone fought for freedom, because we have got freedom that we can lose it, it's that they have shown in the face of adversity, which is still relevant today. So therefore, I would like us to remember in the next few minutes, what is the legacy that Swami Dayanand Saraswati left behind. And while I talk about this legacy, I go back to the name of our country. What is the name of our country? In this hall, I expect better responses. The reason I say this is, Arya Samaj is not a muted organization. Arya Samaj has a voice for everything. And you are sitting in an Arya Samaj hall. Break away the shackles and speak up. What was the name of this country? Aryavarth. Yes, that's right. What else? Bharat. What is the meaning of Bharat? तो जोर से बोलिए सत्य प्रकाश जी, आपकी आवाज तो गूंज रही थी वहां से. हाँ, पर मैंने, आपने बात सही कही है. He has said Bharat, the name has come from the son of Raja Dushyant, who was again a king by name Bharat. But I am asking, so you are right, but I am asking, what is the meaning of the word Bharat? बोलिए. Very good. जिसका विद्या के प्रति, those who want to acquire more knowledge. So Bharat was the land where people would acquire what? More knowledge. where people are always in the pursuit of knowledge. So this was called Bharat because it was called the land of knowledge, right? Here is where the biggest contribution of Swami Dayanand lies. Today, who is counted amongst the world leader? Which country is counted as the world leader? Country. By and large, we say US is the world leader because it's got, one of the big reasons is because it's got the best universities, presumably, in the world. Yes or no? In the same way, when India was called the world leader, which it was called for a very, very long time, in fact, for the longest ever time, millions of years, that the root of it was knowledge. And this knowledge was accessible to everyone. However, in the last 2,000 or 3,000 years, we ourselves are responsible for our degradation because we restricted knowledge. We killed our own institutions. We got weakened as a society. And taking advantage of that, invaders came to India, no matter from which part of the world, but they came here and they succeeded because we were a divided society. And as they invaded, as they conquered and ruled over us, the rate of our deterioration even further increased. Rate of deterioration increased. Right? And we went downhill. We went downhill like no other country could have. Now this whole movement was understood and arrested by Swami Dayanand. And I will talk to you very quickly about how he did that. Can we just move? I am skipping. This was actually a 4-part series on Swami Dayanand, which we had talked about. We will skip all these parts. Let's move to the... Yes. No. Previous slide. Yeah, we'll just remain with this. Now, this slide is in Hindi, but I will quickly talk about what it means. The first and foremost, we were beset by blind faith and superstition. We still say, don't question religion. Don't question because it's a matter of... Why do we not question religion? Because it's a matter of personal faith. It's a matter of personal faith. I think the God is this. You think the God is this. He thinks God is not there. Right? Everyone is right because it's a matter of personal faith. Fundamentally, it took out religion from science and logic, from the realm of science and logic to the zone of faith, superstition, and personal inventions. Right? Very often we would find someone has placed a rock at the base of a tree, put a tilak on it, and it slowly evolves to become a temple, a roadside temple. Yes or no? We have seen that, right? Same is the case with mazars. Right? So therefore, religion moved out of logic, rationality and science into the zone of faith, superstition, belief, etc., etc. Swami Dayanand hit at the root of it. He said religion is not a matter of personal faith. How did he explain it? He said the word dharma means a natural quality or attribute. What is the dharma of fire? What is the dharma of fire? What is the dharma of fire? Is it so difficult a question? What does it do? It burns, provides heat, provides light. Dharma of water is to cool down. He says the word dharma actually talks about the natural attributes. It's not about blind faith. And everywhere where he talks about dharma, or where our scriptures talk about dharma, they all talk about the natural attributes. What is the dharma of Surya? What is the dharma of Chandrama? What is the dharma of all creatures on earth? Everyone has got a dharma, a natural attribute. Right? The dharma of lion is to eat flesh. Right? In the same way, you and I and all of us have a dharma. And that dharma doesn't ever change. It was the same yesterday, it is the same today, it will be the same tomorrow. It was the same for you, for me, and everyone else. So that was the fundamental concept he struck at. And he said, this dharma is not something which I am telling you, because the moment he says, I am telling you, it gets invented yesterday. This is the dharma that has been followed for time immemorial. This is the dharma that has been laid out in the Vedas, and this is the foundation of humanity. Much before any of the so-called religions and sects were even born. Forget born, I mean this is millions and millions of years before that. Right? All the religions and stories that we hear around is last 2000 years. So he says there is no comparison, there is no relevance of anything else before the Vedic dharma. Now fundamentally, if you go behind it, let's go to the next slide. So Andhavishwas and Satya. So he said religion is not a matter of blind belief, it is a matter of science, truth, uniformity, logic and rationality. It's no different from one person to the other. It's no different from today versus tomorrow or yesterday. Moving further, he said, what is the basis of this religion? Basis is Ved. And Vedas, as everyone acknowledges, it's the oldest books of what? Knowledge. What knowledge? How old? What is the relevance? We don't understand because we haven't had an opportunity to study it. Fortunately, the Gurukula that has been established here gives an opportunity to the students to study the Vedas, an example of which you just saw now. So he said that's the foundation. And Swami Dayanand, it's very important to understand that all the other gurus, or most of the other gurus, I am not saying all, actually end up glorifying themselves. This is my message to the world. This is what I believe in. This is what I preach. Fundamentally, it is the I, which is the foundation of all the Gurudam. We call it Gurudam. Swami Dayananda fundamentally said, it's nothing that I am saying. I am just connecting you to the ancient wisdom. I am just taking you 2000 years back, the gap that had existed, and I am asking you to rediscover what was already there. It's not about me. It's not my message. It is the message of the rishis. I am just being a channel to help you rediscover it. Fundamentally, he was someone who was absolutely scientific, absolutely rational, very, very modern. But yet, in modernity, he wasn't discarding the past. And therefore, he was a balanced sage and a yogi. Now, talking about knowledge, and I have to wrap it up, but we will continue this conversation further. We celebrated Mother's Day. When was that? Today is Mother's Day. It is 8th of May. 8th of May. Good. So it is 8th May and 14th May. Any other answer? Someone said every day. So Mother's Day is every day. Why is it every day? fundamentally, the thread that we wear, which thread am I talking about? Upnayanam. The thread that we wear, how many threads are there? First is for Matra Rin, right? Does that thread ever get removed? Does that thread ever get removed? Anyone over here without Matra Rin? Swami Dayanand said, this thread, which is the identity of all Vedic dharmis, and Vedic dharma is for everyone, so it's the identity of all human beings, reminds you of the fundamental rin or the obligations that you have, the first of which is to the mother. And this thread remains with you in the most personal and the private moments. This thread doesn't come with a gold bracelet, affordable by everyone. This thread is meant for not just the Brahmins, and this thread is meant not just for the gents. I have seen a tradition, in South Indian tradition, the gents will wear the thread of the wife. 6 threads. No. So Swami Dayananda, amongst the many things, for example, he opened up the understanding of our obligation for the entire masses and got the thread or the Upanayan to be relevant for everyone. So this is the contribution of Swami Dayanand. I can keep going on. We cannot say this in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But the reason why we are celebrating 200 years is because we should be able to understand the importance of his message and carry it forward. So with this, we close the session now. We of course will get more opportunities, 200 years, 1 year, we'll have multiple sessions. But please take time to go back and understand on the net, through the books, what was his contribution and how is it relevant today. So with this, we move to the last part. Any announcements? No announcements? शांति पाठ कौन कराना चाहेगा? आप कराना चाहेंगे? आइए. तो आप पहले शांति पाठ करा करके फिर भोजन मंत्र करा दीजिएगा. अभी यहाँ पर सीक्वेंस उल्टा है.
ओम देहु शांतिरंतरिक्षं शांतिः पृथिवी शांतिरापः शांतिरोषधयः शांतिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्ति एव शान्तिः शामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अन्नपते अन्नसन्नो देहि अन्नमिवस्य शुष्मिणः प्रप्रदातारं तारिषौर्जन्नो देहि द्विपदे चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सत्य सनातन वैदिक धर्म की जय। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र जी की जय। देश धर्म पर बलिदान होने वाले समस्त वीर और वीरांगनाओं की जय। महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती की वैदिक धर्म की वैदिक ध्वनि। वैदिक श्रेष्ठ अभिवादन। सभी को सादर नमस्ते जी।